portion and are portrayed as much bigger than they actually are. So he's defended Jude. He has backed Tuchel here as well. Archie Rintutt joins us now from Manchester. I want to come to you first.
Did he back Tuchel? Did he back Tuchel?
I think that when you see some more of it, he said that a lot of how Tuchel expects them to work and what he does, they respect and they understand.
Yeah. I think the moment the other day was, in some ways, it was almost like manufactured as such, based on the question that was given to Jude Bellingham, because Tuchel, in his full interview as well, he was also praising the players for their mentality. But the reporter at that time didn't mention that to Jude, just came over with this critique about performance. When the guys were exhausted after having played a tough quarter-final, they went to extra time and all this stuff. And I think for Jude, Bellingham, he's taken that the wrong way, which is understandable because most people that I know that would be in his situation would also take it the wrong way. I think the fact that off the back of that, more questions were asked and Bellingham doubled down and tripled down, I don't mind it because for me, what he was saying, he was talking more so about the collective. I think if he made it all about himself, I'd have more problems with it. We said, look at the players. We have done this. They've worked so hard. We've made sure of this, made sure of that. We found a way to get through to the next round. And I think overall, my perspective on this, what Tuchel said is a fair assessment of the game, but it didn't need to be said in that moment. And I think what Bellingham said as well seems like it's pushing back against what Tuchel's saying. But the two of them would probably agree about both aspects of the performance, which is what they did. But somehow the media's made it seem like it's two separate stories.
It's interesting to gauge the feeling back home, and that's exactly where you are right now, Archie, because obviously we see what the media are reporting, we see what's happened with a member of the media. What do you make of it all, Shaka?
Nothing. I'll be honest with you. I think you always run the risk of this kind of thing happening when you put a microphone in front of a player's face or a manager's face immediately after a game. Emotions are still running high in either direction. And oftentimes you don't articulate things in exactly the way you want to. I also think the fact that it's Tuchel and Bellingham, and given their history, which Archie just spoke about, made this seem a whole lot worse than it actually is. We've all played here, we've all gone back to dressing rooms after games and had exchanges with our managers, had exchanges with our teammates that, were they done in the middle of the pitch with a microphone in our faces, would feel a whole lot different. We then also, 2 or 3 days later, go and sit down in video session or blackboard session, whatever it is, and you talk about those same things far more calmly, with far more understanding. Tuchel's talking about the tactics of the game, Jude Bellingham is just talking about the grit of the players out there. You need both of those, and I don't think that this really is an issue if you take it for what it actually is, or recognise how often it does happen, albeit in the quiet of a dressing room.
Good Lord, Shaq, you be old, son. You are old. Blackboard session? Blackboard session?
With chalk.
Yes. Man. This is nothing. I agree with Shaka. Blackboard or not. I agree with Shaka. This is nothing. And actually, I think more to the opposite. I think this benefits England. You want a prickly, edgy Jude Bellingham. That's when I think he is at his best. Now, admittedly, they both could have been a little bit more graceful in the manner in which they shaped their answers, but I appreciate the honesty. Honesty is the best policy, and they both felt the way they felt after the game. They both communicated as such, and I think they both have a point to what you said, Natum, in that they're not incorrect. Both of them actually have very valid points in the way that they approach it. It's just they could have been a little bit more graceful in how they expressed their thrives in a prickly environment. Please trust me when I tell you that being prickly is not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, does it benefit England?
Because of this very chip on the shoulder that he has, albeit when it's so permanent, can it still be described as that? I don't know. I think that it is interesting how this honesty that Thomas Tuchel has, it is quite new for us, I think, in England, to have a coach who really is saying it as it is, when we've been so used to Gareth Southgate in the past who will, no matter what, protect the team. And I kind of like it. I do think that you do have to tread a fine line with it, but there's a part of me that likes the fact that even though England are in a semi-final, Thomas Tuchel's going, I don't care. I want more. And it's that kind of mentality which you want to see from a coach, driving your players on to have more. It's just, you know how sensitive it can be for players, and particularly because Tuchel doesn't have that past playing career, as Bellingham brought up, it can create problems for him, but
weren't even born, so thankfully they'll go at it and they'll make their own history, and hopefully, for me personally, drive England to the World Cup final.
Santi, from Argentina.
Yes, I mean there's a lot of literature behind this game, but we all want to see a football game, and it's only that, no? I mean, with all the passion, with all the we know which colours we are defending, we can show our passion and our colour, but then we have to be fair and think about a football match, and then I like to see the positive things of life and of football too. And we cannot forget that we play football in Argentina because the English brought football to Argentina. I mean, many of the Argentinian teams are named with English names. You have River Plate, you have Boca Juniors.
Newell's Boys.
I'm from Rosario, which is Messi's city, and Pochettino's city, and Di Maria's city. And we have Newell's Old Boys after Isaac Newton and Isaac Newell's, who founded the schools and founded also that club.
The English did some good things overall.
Right, wow, the guy's so confident.
Yeah.
Santi, you want to say something to that guy?
Yeah, well, save it for tomorrow.
Okay,
exactly. The same on the football field. What sort of game are we going to see, Maka?
I hope it's an exciting game. I haven't been overly enthralled with England, visually when you've watched them. Argentina have been in more exciting games, but I haven't really seen Argentina go to the next level. So I like it to be a high quality game. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for England to win, but I want to see better football from England as they progress.
Prediction?
2-1.
Frank?
Going for 2-1 for England as well.
Really?
Yeah, like Maga, 2-1 for Argentina.
There we go. Wow. Thank you very much, gentlemen. So we know one spot that is filled for this year's World Cup final, which of course will take place.
England versus Argentina. One of football's most intense rivalries is back, and this time the prize is a place in the World Cup final against Spain. Lionel Messi against Harry Kane. Argentina's experience against England's energy, but this match may not be decided by the biggest names. It could be decided by which team controls the spaces between midfield and defence. Welcome to After 90X. Let's break down the tactics, key battles and possible game plan before England face Argentina. England reached the semi-final after defeating Norway 2-1, while Argentina needed extra time to overcome Switzerland 3-1. Argentina are the defending champions, but neither side has travelled through the knockout stage without difficult moments. For England, the first objective must be controlling Lionel Messi without destroying their own defensive shape. Trying to mark Messi with only one player is rarely enough. If an England midfielder follows him everywhere, Argentina could use that movement to open space for runners around the penalty area. Instead, England may defend him through zones, one midfielder applying pressure from behind, while a centre-back remains ready to step forward when Messi receives between the lines. But that creates another danger. When a defender steps out toward Messi, Julian Alvarez or Lautaro Martinez can attack the space left behind. England's defensive communication must therefore be almost perfect. Declan Rice could become England's most important tactical player. Reports indicate that he returned to full training after illness and is expected to be available. His job will not only be winning possession, he must protect the central channel and stop Argentina from finding Messi in dangerous areas. England's biggest attacking advantage could come from physical power, width and direct running. Argentina have shown moments of vulnerability when opponents win duels, press their midfield and prevent them from building rhythm. Switzerland caused Argentina problems with physicality, while Argentina also struggled at times to maintain long passing sequences and control midfield. That means England should not allow Argentina to slow the match down. They need fast switches of play, aggressive runs from the wide areas and early deliveries into the penalty box. Harry Kane will naturally occupy the centre-backs, but his movement away from goal could also create space for Jude Bellingham to attack from midfield. That Kane-Bellingham connection could be crucial. If Kane drops deep, an Argentine defender must decide whether to follow him. If the defender steps forward, Bellingham can run into the space behind. If nobody follows Kane, England's captain can turn and create chances. Bellingham's battle with Argentina's midfield may decide who controls the game. England will want him receiving on the half-turn, carrying the ball forward and forcing Argentina's midfielders to run toward their own goal. Argentina, however, are experts at surviving difficult periods. They didn't always dominate for 90 minutes, but they possess players capable of deciding a match with one action. Messi can create something from almost nothing. Enzo Fernandez can control possession, and Alvarez can punish even a momentary defensive mistake. So England must remain patient and emotionally controlled. Thomas Tuchel has stressed that England are focusing on the present rather than the history surrounding this rivalry. That mentality matters because Argentina will be comfortable if the match becomes emotional, broken and confrontational. My 3 keys for England are simple. First, block Messi's central passing lanes without overcommitting. Second, use England's physical advantage and attack quickly before Argentina organise their defensive block. Third, get Bellingham running beyond Kane instead of receiving every ball with his back to goal. For Argentina, the plan will be to reduce England's tempo, draw their midfield forward, and then attack the spaces behind them through Messi and the forwards. This feels extremely close. Opta's pre-match model gave England a slight advantage in regulation time, but also suggested a significant possibility of extra time. One moment, one tactical adjustment or one piece of Messi magic could decide everything. Who reaches the final? England or Argentina? Comment your prediction, subscribe to After 90X and come back after the final whistle for the complete post-match tactical breakdown.